Hello, I'm Dina Baer. Welcome to AGU TV. I'll be guiding you along as we begin AGU's first ever fully virtual fall meeting. The theme of today's show will be Shaping the Future of Science Through Excellence, and a fitting title it is, since this year's meeting will be one of the largest virtual scientific conferences in the world, as well as our most diverse and engaging and dynamic fall meeting to date. Let's hear from an AGU expert, Sebastian Merkel, about what's in store for today.
Hello, I'm Sebastian Merkel. I'm an AGU attendee and member of the AGU Scientific Council representing Mineral and Rock Physics. Welcome to Core Week of AGU Fall Meeting. Today, December 7th, starts early in the morning in the United States and late in the day in Australia, and it marks the full day of the first full day of the conference with a complete set of scientific sessions, posters, e-lighting sessions, and town hall. In addition, the meeting always hosts social events, and this year that includes virtual happy hours and a full exhibit hall. To welcome everyone to this core meeting week, watch and enjoy the scientific roll call, a chance to hear from AGU scientists about how they are shaping the future of science. Directly following the roll call is this year's Presidential Forum lecture. You can hear the inspiring story of former NASA astronaut Leland Melvin. Student and early career programming today includes a panel on opportunities beyond academia. In my own specific science, solid earth geophysics, I am looking forward to these two sessions, DI002 and DI003 on mental evolution, dynamics, chemistry, and the role of the transition zone. This is what I enjoy about AGU. Not only can I attend sessions in my own field, but I can also explore and discover scientific achievement outside my field. There are literally 24 hours activities, live and on demand, to experience at this year's meeting. Please be sure to consult the scientific program for the highlights and find what interests you. Be safe and enjoy the meeting.
Every year on AGU TV, we identify and profile some organizations doing the very best work in science around the globe. Let's begin this year's tour at University of Arizona's Biosphere 2 Institute.
Biosphere 2 was created about 30 years ago to try to understand how the Earth as a system operated and to see what it would take if we wanted to go to another planet and have people live in that planet. In the case of Biosphere 2, we have an ocean, a rainforest, a desert, mangroves, and to see how these various biomes can become resilient to global climate change and to take those solutions of resiliency to the world at large.
The research at Biosphere 2 is field research, but controlled. Biosphere 2 is the largest controlled field research station in the entire world.
Biosphere 2 is truly unique because of its scale. There is nothing that rivals it anywhere in the world.
In the case of Ideasat, which is a 3U CubeSat that we're currently developing at NCU, we're using as payload the compact ionospheric probe, which is an in-situ plasma sensor that allows us to measure the distribution of ionospheric plasma, including its density, its chemical composition, its drift velocity, and its temperature.
Dr. Aradhana Tripathi, she is the director and founder of the Center for Diverse Leadership in Science, joining me now.
Thank you, Dina.
How closely linked do you see environmental or society justice and the study of science?
Yeah, well, I think the study of science is closely tied with justice in society in a few different ways. First of all, the study of science is at its heart really connected to people, the people who study it, the people who practice it. And therefore, it's fundamentally shaped by societal issues. You know, those issues actually govern who gets to be present in those spaces, who's excluded from those spaces, and what the norms of those spaces are. It also ends up impacting who gets to shape the questions that get asked. A second way that the study of science is really closely tied with justice in society is that there's actually ample evidence that diversity, which is enabled through justice, is actually key to scientific discovery. So having diverse and inclusive groups that are fostered by justice ends up shaping the questions that get asked, the way we look at data, the models that get proposed, even how we can detect biases that would negatively impact scientific reasoning.
Your research groups and research areas vary from tectonics to geochemistry to space physics. How does that broad view contribute to excellence?
You know, my research and group has really been enriched by working on diverse topics, working in diverse teams, where people are bringing very different areas of interest and expertise, because we have a very collaborative setting, because we do a lot of team-based work within my group and then with our collaborators. What that means is that the systems that we're studying, we can examine from a broad range of perspectives. And I find that that's actually really critical for being able to equip ourselves with doing transdisciplinary work, right? So that means that we're not actually doing, more traditional work within a discipline or even at the interfaces of disciplines, but actually at the interface of many, many different disciplines on really kind of challenging problems that benefit from having people with very different sets of perspectives looking at it.
Tell us about the Center for Diverse Leadership in Science and why it was critical to create.
I'm a faculty member at UCLA and also the director of the Center for Diverse Leadership in Science. It was really, so the Center for Diverse Leadership in Science is really this ecosystem of programs, of fellowship programs. We bring together people who are early career from high school through postdoctoral, as well as faculty members, and then people from a broader community, such that we have this expense that I like to say is from K through gray. And what we do is this multi-generational collective of fellows is we engage together in a few different areas. We work together on growing our skills with respect to inclusion. We grow our technical skills, but then we also put what we're learning into practice. We collaborate on different research questions, some of which are set by our community partners who are working in the environmental justice space, and others that are scientific questions that are actually posed in the academic sector. Really a big part of the motivation for setting up the center.
The 2020 AGU Fall Meeting has a different feeling. Navigating the 3-week meeting is a new experience for the 20,000 plus attendees. The AGU lobby is your starting point. From this hub, you'll be able to quickly access the poster hall, link to attend a scientific session or e-lightning session, discover new solutions in the exhibit hall, or find a new networking opportunity. We hope you enjoy exploring all that fall meeting has to offer online.
HRC is a research, technology transfer, and training corporation with support of water disaster mitigation and water resources management worldwide.
I believe the way that HRC's research and technology transfer is unique is that it combines advanced science with practical application.
I think what drives most of us is our desire to see the research converted into something useful and contributes to improving the life condition on the planet.
Geothermal, at least lower temperature geothermal, has not been well explored, and the potential has not been tapped yet.
Essentially, it is a plan to drill deep boreholes, deep wells, circulate water through them, get them up to temperature, and then bring that water back up to the surface where we can circulate it through heating systems to heat the buildings.
This system is relatively easy to implement as long as you can find the right temperatures and the right permeability in the rocks to circulate sufficient amount of water.
If we could succeed at Cornell in extracting the heat and using it, then it could be done in many places around the globe.
Cornell just feels like a place that, it doesn't just talk about it, we're actually doing it. It's really exciting to work here.
That's it for us today. But remember, we'll be back each day of the meeting with more exclusive material. And don't forget to keep up with all the latest developments online and follow all of the fall meeting buzz on Twitter via #AGU20. We'll see you tomorrow.